Okay, my dear tricksters, my dear friends, today I'm gonna share with you two biggest mistakes that you are making in Valorant that you're unaware of and that you need to fix right mother effing now. Basically, those two mistakes are keeping you from up ranking not only in iron, bronze, silver and gold, but also in platinum, in diamond, even in immortal. Like literally in every single rank I see these type of mistakes, and they are preventing you from winning more matches, winning more rounds and annihilating your enemies. Like these mistakes I see almost at every single one. Every single person that I have been coaching has made those two mistakes. So let's see what those two mistakes are and how to fix them. First mistake, you are not playing with your teammates on the refrag potential. What I will see a lot of times, even in Radiant rank, you will end up in a 3 versus 1, 3 versus 2, 4 versus 2, 5 versus 2, 5 versus 1, 5 versus 3. Any situation in which you have numbers advantage, and you will kinda all split the map in 5 different parts. Basically, let's say that you kill on Haven 3 enemies, like 2 on A and 1 in A link. And then what I will see a lot of times, like one guy will push CT, one guy will push A tower, one guy will go back from sewers, and only 2 guys will be on A site. What you're allowing for your enemies is to isolate you, and you give them basically 2 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 2 versus 1 fights, instead of giving them harder time to retake that side, that part of the map, that side of the map, or that bomb site, 5 versus 2. Always play on your numbers advantage, no matter what the situation is. For example, you're 4 versus 3. Figure out to pick one ally that is alone and play with that ally. You always need to assess your situation at all times. You're attacking a C area of the Haven map, and you see 2 of your allies are going C cubby through the C long area, and 1 of your allies is going C garage, and 3 or 4 enemies alive. Your job and your duty is to play with this guy here, the C garage guy, in order to refrag him if he dies alone in that window C garage area. So always play on that refrag ability and play together with your teammates. Something that I see a lot of times when I'm coaching people, like this is from my personal experience. I'm not talking like in air. I'm not born in like Elon Musk on Mars. Like I came from Earth, and I'm coming from FPS video games. I've been a professional player. I have 20,000 hours of experience, and this is how you play FPS tactical shooters. So you're left in a 3 versus 2 situation against the enemies, and you plant the bomb on C area. You should be playing together with at least one of your allies. Don't let your allies split apart on 3 parts of the 4 parts of the world, like south, north, east, west, like whatever. What I'll see, one guy will go long, one guy will go here, one guy will stay on site, and you will all play 1 versus 1 fights, or even 1 versus 2 fights. And that is what is losing you the rounds in Valorant, and that is the numero uno problem while you're losing your matches and you're losing your games in Valorant, and you're unable to progress through ranks. Always play with your teammates, play on the numbers advantage, and play on the refrag ability to get refragged or refrag your ally. Sometimes when you're low HP, so for example, if I was 10 HP right now, I would let my allies take the kill instead of me, and I will be the bait for my ally. So for example, if you're taking this garage area and I have one ally there and I'm playing here with 10 HP, I'll be baiting for my ally for the enemy that might come from here. Maybe I died in that process, maybe I killed the enemy. It really doesn't matter. The job of this ally here is to kill that enemy after I die. So play on the refrag ability and play on your numbers advantage at all times. Don't let the enemies separate you. You be the one who will separate your enemies and win the game for your team. Basically, the rounds in Valorant are really important. Number 1 thing in Valorant is rounds, and number 2 is the economy. Like, don't be cheap on your economy. Always buy the best weapons. Sometimes you need to save, of course, to buy better weapons. Like, when I say better weapons, I mean Phantom, Vandal, Operator. You need to have them in 80% of your rounds, basically. And never allow your enemies to come back by some stupid round that has been sold to them basically for free. So if you're 4 versus 1, that round should never be lost. Like, I clutch multiple rounds 1 versus 5. You've seen me on stream pull off some unimaginable things simply because of my skill, and not only because of that, but because I'm able to isolate enemies one by one. If you attack me, like if 5 silvers attack me 5 versus 1, right now I'm holding the C-long area here, and 5 silvers, 3 are coming here, 3 are coming here. There is no way I will be able with Phantom to spray down all 5 of you guys and actually kill you with Jet. There is just no way. Like it is no comprehendo, no per favor, like it's not possible, basically. Like that's how the game works. That's how FPS tactical shooters work, like Valorant and CSGO and even Rainbow Six Siege. Like, you always need to play on that ability to have somebody behind you or in front of you who you will refrag and who will refrag you. Second thing which is killing you in Valorant, and the biggest mistake of Valorant and why you're unable to rank up, is because you're getting into games without any plan, any strategy, any tactic. You need to develop some kind of tactics, strategies which you will utilize and execute over and over and over again. How to make and find those strategies? You can just watch pro players, watch my live streams, see what I'm doing in the first round, in the second round against Eco, against Full Buy, what I'm doing here on Haven, Ascent, Split Bind. Basically, for all 4 maps in Valorant, I have over 25 to 30 strategies, tactics on both attack and defense sides. I mean, in total, I don't have 200 strategies. I have like 30 to 40 in total, and I execute them over and over again. When one fails, the other won't. So I always have something else which I know I can do in order to surprise my enemies and counter them. For an example, what you will see me do on Haven a lot of time, basically every single time I'm playing Haven, I will be playing this position. It's really good that we have incognito mode now, so the enemies don't know that it's actually Charlatan, because a lot of people from Radiant realize that I'm actually playing this position 24/7 in the first round on Haven. But what I will do, I will position one of my allies here to bait for me on the short area. I will buy the shorty and I will drop my classic pistol there. I will purchase light shield and 2 cloud bursts. Then I'll jump into this position here and wait for the enemies to come. If the enemies are splitting A, this guy is baiting for me, I take easy frag. If I miss the enemies, I will smoke myself, dash, pick up the pistol, and we take the long area and go back into sight. If the enemies don't push us on A, they take, I don't know, B or C, something like that. Instead of playing with shorty, I'll just pick my classic pistol and I'll play retake with that one friend of mine that played A with me. So I always have some kind of a plan on both attack and defense against every single agent, against every single team composition. That's why I'm a big brain player. I don't play on my aim, on my ability to rip off enemies' heads. I play on the ability to outsmart the enemy and to have better strategies than they have. Even though I reached Radiant in close beta, in Act 1 and Act 2 purely on SOLOQ, and I solidified my dominance in Radiant, let's be honest, still I'm not a very good SOLOQ player. I'm a team player and I love playing in teams, I love strategies, I love tactics, I love communicating with people, and when I get teammates that don't communicate and don't love to utilize these type of strats, like I don't get depressed, but my mood kinda goes down on streams, and you can really feel that when sometimes, like when people don't follow me or they don't refrag me or they're playing alone or they're trolling, being toxic, sometimes my mood knows to go down, but my performance and my gameplay will not go down. Like, you don't need to rely on your ability to click heads or to spray down your enemies. You can just you can make a really good solid tactics, and you can play with your teammates, like on the refrag potential and ability to take bomb sites together or defend bomb sites together in order to win more rounds and win more matches. That is, ladies and gentlemen, what is killing you in Valorant, what is losing you fights, what is losing you rounds, and what is losing you matches, and why you are unable to progress from that goddamn Iron to Radiant, or whichever division you are at the moment. You need to fix those issues first if you want to move forward. Like, aim is not your main problem. Movement Maybe. I love teaching people proper movement in game, because I see people have horrific movements, and that's what effing up your aim in a long run. But when it comes to actual gameplay and game knowledge, people are potatoes.
What's happening, man?